Hello my dear students, today we are going to discuss about matter and its composition. This is part second video and the part first video link given in the description box. You can watch from there. So let's start. The composition of matter. While discussing the composition of matter, every matter, you know that every matter is made up of the small teeny particles. So all states of matter are made up of teeny particles, and that teeny particle is nothing but the atoms. So the atoms are the smallest particle of an element which cannot be further subdivided. So the smallest part of any element is nothing but the atom, and every matter is made up of that teeny particle, means nothing but that atoms. If we see the structure of one of the atom, this is an example of helium atom. In this helium atom, this is the nucleus of that atom. The nucleus contains protons and neutrons, and around the nucleus the electrons are revolved. So this is the structure of atom. If we see another structure of atom, that is a neon. Neon contains the protons and neutrons inside the nucleus, and around the nucleus the electrons are revolved. So this is a simple structure of atom. So these type of atoms combining together and form the matter. So in any matter is made up of the teeny particles, and that is nothing but the atoms. When the two or more than two atoms are combined together, then the molecule is formed. Now we have discussed about the atom. Atom means the smallest particle of an element. And what is molecule? Molecule is nothing but the more than two atoms. Of the two atoms combined together, that is called as nothing but the molecules. So a molecule may consist of the same type of atoms. For example, hydrogen molecule, chlorine molecule, nitrogen molecule, etc. In the hydrogen molecule, there are two hydrogen atoms combined together. In the chlorine molecule, two chlorine atoms combined together. In the nitrogen molecule, two nitrogen atoms combined together. Let's see the figure here. Hydrogen molecule, this hydrogen atom, two atoms are combined together, joins together, and the formation of hydrogen gas. This is a hydrogen gas molecule, hydrogen molecule. So in the molecule, two atoms are present. See another example here, one chlorine and another chlorine combined together. This is a chlorine molecule. And here the nitrogen molecule, two nitrogen atoms combining together, joins together. This is a molecule. So the exactly difference between the molecule and atom. Atom means only one single atom present, but in the molecule, two or more than two atoms combining together, uniting together, that is called as molecule. So these are the examples of the molecules in which the similar atoms are present. Here in the hydrogen molecule, both are hydrogen. Here in the chlorine molecule, both are chlorine. In the nitrogen molecule, both are nitrogen. However, some molecules are formed by joining two or more different types of atoms. Example, when one atom of oxygen join with the two atoms of hydrogen, the molecule of water is formed. Let's see the example. This is a water molecule, this is oxygen, and these two are the hydrogen atoms. So these are water molecules. See another example, carbon dioxide. These are the oxygen and this is a carbon. So these three atoms combined together. Here these three atoms combined together. So this is also molecule. Now forces keeping the constituents of matter together. Metals are hard solid with the definite shape. Then how the gold molted into different shapes such as fine jewelry? Well, when it is heated at a high temperature, that of 1064 degrees Celsius, the hard and solid gold metals melts and starts flowing like a liquid. The hard and solid gold melts and starts flowing like a liquid. The molten gold is usually put in the cast. Liquid gold in the cast cools down and solidifies and takes the shape of jewelry piece carved out the cast. The extreme heat changes the state of gold from solid to liquid. How? Let's find out. Two properties of matter determines its state. Number one, intermolecular force and intermolecular space. These two properties determine the state of matter. The force in which the particles of matter attract each other is called intermolecular force, and the space between particles of matter is called intermolecular space. The stronger the intermolecular force, the lesser is the intermolecular space, and vice versa. Do you get this point? If the intermolecular force is strong, means that atoms are too close to each other. That means there is a less space in between the atom. If the intermolecular force is less, means there is a space will be present in that molecule. So in solid form of gold, the intermolecular force are very strong. The solid form of gold is a solid. Why? Because the intermolecular force is very strong, but the intermolecular space are negligible. This means that gold particles are tightly packed. When gold is heated, the temperature rises up and the particles starts moving and colliding with each other. Thus, the intermolecular force decreases and the intermolecular space increases. What happened? When gold in the form of solid, what happened? The intermolecular force was very strong and intermolecular space is negligible. But if we heat that gold solid, what happened? The temperature increases and that particles start moving and colliding each other. So what happened? The intermolecular forces decreases and intermolecular space will be increases. At this stage, the solid state of gold changes to the liquid state. When the liquid gold is cooled down, again the intermolecular force increases and intermolecular space will be decreases like before. So this is a comparison between the intermolecular force and intermolecular space. Got it? Now see the arrangement of molecules in three states of matter. So the characteristics, we will see the first characteristics, that is the intermolecular force. So the intermolecular force in the solid, the intermolecular force is strong in a solid. This result in the particles being packed tightly. So in the solid, the intermolecular force is strong. If you see the figure, in this figure, this is a microscopic view of a solid. If you see, all the atoms are closely packed with each other. So the intermolecular force is strong. But in the case of liquid, the intermolecular force is not as strong as solid. Hence, the particles of liquid are not packed tightly. See the figure. This is a microscopic view of the liquid. If you see the figure, the particles are not too much close with each other. So the bonding in between, the force, intermolecular force, is not as strong as solid. Now see in the gases, the intermolecular force is weak. Thus the particles of gases are packed loosely. See the figure, microscopic view of the gas. See, the particles in the gases are loosely packed. They are not close to each other and the intermolecular force are weak. See the difference. This is a strong intermolecular force of attraction in between the solid. In the liquid, the intermolecular force is not as strong as a solid, but in the gases, intermolecular force is weak. Now the second characteristic, that intermolecular space. In solid, intermolecular space is almost negligible, leading to a highly restricted movement of particles. So hence solids are hard and have a definite shape and volume. But in the case of liquid, larger intermolecular space allows easy movement of particles, and thus liquids do not have definite shape and take the shape of the container they are put in. But in the case of gases, very large intermolecular space enable the particles to move around freely, so gases have no definite shape and volume and fill the space they are enclosed with. See the exact difference. Solids have the intermolecular space is almost negligible. That's why solids have hard and definite shape. But in the case of liquid, large intermolecular space, that's why they don't have definite shape so the shape of the container they are put in. But in the case of gases, very large intermolecular space which enable the particles can easily move freely. So gases have no definite shape as well as volume and fill the space they are enclosed with. So this is exactly difference. The intermolecular space in the solid, intermolecular space is almost negligible. In liquid, the intermolecular force is large. In the gaseous, intermolecular space is very large. Next, in the case of compressibility, solids, due to the very limited intermolecular space, the particles of solid cannot be compressed any further. So solid have limited compressibility. But in the case of liquid, relatively larger intermolecular space allows more compressibility and hence liquid can be compressed a little. But in the case of gases, very large intermolecular spaces allow much higher compressibility and hence gases are highly compressible. See the exact difference regarding the compressibility. Here you see the difference exactly, intermolecular force and intermolecular space. You know the relation between the intermolecular space and intermolecular force. If the force is more, space is less. If the space is more, force is less. So the compressibility is depend on intermolecular space. So due to the very limited intermolecular space, the particle solid cannot be compressed any further. So in the solid, the compressibility, limited compressibility, we cannot compress the solid. We can say directly cannot compress solid. In the case of liquid, relatively larger intermolecular space, that's why we can compress liquid very little. Liquid can be compressed very little. But in the case of gases, very large intermolecular space which allows much higher compressibility and hence gases are highly compressible. So this is exactly difference between solid, liquid and gases regarding different characteristics, that is intermolecular force, intermolecular space and the character compressibility. Okay, this is all about the matter and its composition. Let's relook of this topic. Anything that occupies space and has a mass is matter. Matter is made up of teeny particles called atoms and molecule. Matter exists in three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. The intermolecular force of attraction and intermolecular space together determine the state of matter. Solid are rigid and have a definite shape and volume. The particles of solid are packed tightly and have strong intermolecular forces. Solid are usually incompressible. Liquids have definite volume but not fixed shape, so these take the shape of container in which they are kept. The particles of liquid are packed less tightly and hence the intermolecular force are not very strong. Liquids are slightly compressible. Gases have no fixed shape and volume. Gases have large intermolecular spaces and weak intermolecular forces of attraction. Gases are highly compressible. Thanks for the watching, my dear friends.